Hey guys, what up? It's TV here again today I'm back with another Madden mobile video on my channel. Now today's video, guys, we're talking about bench space in Madden Mobile 21. How to clear it, how to get rid of stuff, some different ways that you can do that, and we're going to be talking about how the item limit kind of works, ways to get around it, stuff like that. A lot of just stuff talking about the item limit here in Madden Mobile 21. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on my post notifications so you never miss any of my videos. 70% of you guys aren't subscribed, so please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Let's try to get this video to 200 likes. Now, I didn't have a video idea for today. Usually these kind of weeks where we don't have promos out and there's not exactly a whole lot to upload, it's kind of tough coming up with video ideas. I was just sitting in bed thinking, and I thought about this video idea. I was like, this is either really stupid or it's going to be really helpful and it's going to get a lot of views and people are really going to enjoy it. So I'm taking the risk here and hoping that you guys are really going to enjoy this and learn a lot from it. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. First of all, we know that item limit, the bench space, is a big issue in this Madden Mobile. Right now, I'm sitting at 1,100 items. That's mainly because I'm lazy and don't sell my gold players. You will see as I scroll through, I have way too many gold players, way too many items here that I need to sell off. If I, like I said, if I wasn't lazy, then this would all be gone, so I would have a lot more bench space. But the problem is, for most of you guys, that's probably not the issue. You probably have a bunch of collectibles. Such, I still have a ton of collectibles. You probably have collectibles, a bunch of items that are very annoying. You want to get them off your bench. Look how many things I have here. So many seasonings, so many items that I just want to get rid of, that I can do. So how do you get rid of your items? First of all, there are just flat out some things that you cannot get rid of off of your bench. There are certain cards that aren't exchangeable, you can't trade them in, things like that. So for example, this Master Series Aaron Jones, you can't exchange him, you can't sell him, Evo players can't go in any sets, so this card, if it's not on your team, is stuck on your bench. Same thing with like a 93 Brett Favre. Pretty much any non-tradable card, for the most part, is going to be that's not auctionable. You're not going to be able to do much with it. It's going to be sitting on your bench, so certain things like that are going to be taking up some bench space, but that's usually not a lot. Like obviously I have some of these top 100 players. I'm hoping that there's some sets in the future that might be using them, but for the most part, that's not really what's going to be the issue with your bench space. It's going to be a lot of the collectibles, and mainly it's going to be those Thanksgiving collectibles probably right now. So EA has done a much better job because they are aware that this is an issue right now that people are having, that bench space is clogging everybody up, and it's an issue. It just is. So they've been making a lot more things exchangeable. So with a lot of some of your old collectibles, if you go to item exchange, you can scroll all the way through your players and things, and you can actually exchange some of your collectibles. And they actually just made most of the feast stuff auctionable, not auctionable, tradable and exchangeable, which is really nice to get some of that stuff off your bench. There's a lot of badges here, so from a lot of different promos. So most of your collectibles now are going to be exchangeable. I have a bunch of stuff from Moments. I got a bunch of random badges, some different power rankings badges that I haven't used, obviously some from the current power rankings as well. All of these pies, all of these dinner rolls. I've programmed stamina, so all of the specific seasonings, which are a ton of seasonings here that I have left from the Feast promo, which gave us a ton of seasonings, pie slices, more stuffing. Like, a lot of this stuff is exchangeable now, which is really nice. So that is one thing. The problem is, obviously, you only get 100 coins each, so although it clears some bench space, you're not getting a lot of return out of it. But if you need to just get rid of that bench space, that is how the best way and the easiest way to do it. But that is not the only way to be able to make some bench space. For some of the collectibles that may not be exchangeable yet, there are a few options. For those that haven't seen this, in Madden Workshop, if you scroll all the way down, there is actually some breakdowns. So let's say I have some shields here. I have all of these pies, I have these Man Today shields, even the pie slices, for whatever reason, go for this. So what I can do is I can trade this in. Rather than getting 100 coins, you get 5 gridiron dust and you get a blank shield. Granted that these are not really being used that much anymore. I got 15 gridiron dust that time. I wonder if you can get more. So basically, right now, they had this idea at the start of the year with like the core loop and getting everything, using a lot of this kind of set stuff, and they've gone ways away from that. They're not using this anymore. But in the future, it might be worth it. Like I said, the coins you're going to get from those items exchanging are not going to be super worth it, but at the same time, you can get rid of it and still get some return, get some blank badges or some blank shields. Like, look at this. Every single, all my team badges, every single item here, every single feast side, every single main course, every single seasoning can be exchanged for badges. So I could get a ton. It's very, the thing about it is it's time consuming, so it's going to take a lot of time if you do that, but you do get the blank badges rather than just getting the 100 coins, which is not going to get you much of anything. But the point is to be able to get that empty bench space. Now, let's say you need some blank badges for completing legend sets or whatever. Then there you go. This is the best way to do that. Honestly, if you have the time, I would recommend that you go through and do this. That's my opinion, because the coins don't really matter. You can easily make those in another promo. Using all 1,200 of your bench space is only 120,000 coins. It's a good amount of coins, but it's still, I would think, not super worth it. And obviously, you're not going to have a full bench of just 1,200 collectibles, maybe 60k, which you can make back playing 1 or 2 live events in a promo. So you get the point. Hopefully these badges will be used later, but this is another way for you to be able to do that. So what about the current promo items or different things that maybe you don't want to exchange, but you still don't want to, you want to hang on to, but you don't want it to take up a lot of your bench space. So there's a couple things you can do. For example, legends. Let's say you have a bunch of extra legend badges like I do, and you need to get them off your bench. They're taking up a lot of your bench space, but you don't want to get rid of them yet. If you didn't know, putting items in your sets actually counts as taking it out of your items. So let's say these legend badges are taking up way too many of my items. What I can do here is I can throw all of these extra legend badges if I have any extra. It looks like I don't really have too many here. I actually think I have some in some sets. Maybe not actually. Maybe I just don't have many legend badges left anymore. But oh yeah, 135 here. I have 103 items in here. So you get the point there. You can throw items in sets that you're not using to clear up bench space. So maybe you want to do some of these fan favorite sets or something, and you have a bunch of silver players, but you don't want to sell them, don't want to exchange them. You can throw any item you throw in sets is going to take it out of your bench space. So by throwing some items in there, I've gotten rid of some bench space, cleared some bench space for that matter. So that is an option for you. So once you go into sets, you can fill that in, and it reduces that items. One thing you should also know about item space: the time that item space counts and you can't go over your limit is when you're opening packs from live events or store packs. If you buy things from the auction house, just purchase like a buy now. If you bid and claim it from your items, then you can't bring it to your auction house. But let's say I have a full binder of like 1,234 items. I can still buy a card, buy now, and put it in my items, and it will still go over. So there are certain cases where your item space will go over, but then again, if you try to open any packs or anything, it's going to send it right to your unclaimed packs and say you need to clear some bench space. So putting some stuff into sets reduces it. Certain things buying, you can still go over your cap. So those are the different situations where you'll go over or under your cap, or how that exactly works. But getting rid of stuff, you can either, the collectibles, you can either, like I said, put in sets, exchange them that way, or you can just item exchange, get a few, 100 coins for each collectible. Some of your players and things, you're just gonna have to sell them. Obviously, the ones that you can. The ones that you can't, you just gotta hope we have some way to be able to get rid of them in the future. I think last year there were eventually some ways, but I don't exactly know. There are still, hopefully they do a better job of that this year, where we know that there are going to be some things that we're not going to be able to exchange or whatnot. So hopefully that's fixed for next year. But guys, that is my item bench space video. Like I said, a video that I don't normally do. It's kind of random, but I hope this helps. If it did, let me know in the comments below if you like videos like these, like just, super simple, helpful videos. And if you learned anything, let me know in the comments below. Today's post notification shout out goes out to Kaylin Griffin. Be the first person to comment on a video for the next video's post notification shout out. But anyways, guys, that is just about it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to like it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm Goose TV, and I'm out. I will see you guys later.